Time travel alert. How would you steer the ship of state differently from Shah Ismail I? Let's uncover alternative strategies that could have reshaped history. Welcome back, fellow strategists and history enthusiasts. Today marks another chapter in our epic journey through time. Believe it or not, we embarked on this adventure 50 years ago as Ajam, and look at us now, having not only formed the Persian Empire, but also steering it through a period of intense rebuilding and expansion. Our economy is thriving, and it's time to solidify the cornerstone of our empire, our nation's religion. Fascinatingly, while the ancient Persian Empire practiced Zoroastrianism, we've strategically chosen Sunni Islam for this campaign. Let's explore why this decision adds an intriguing layer to our historical context. At the time when the Persian Empire was re-established, Shia Islam was the dominant faith. Observing how religious currents influenced regional dynamics is captivating. However, in our game, we're charting a different course. Opting for Sunni Islam isn't merely a twist in gameplay. It opens up a compelling pathway to explore alternative historical scenarios. Let's briefly touch upon the key differences between Shia and Sunni Islam, as these distinctions are not just theological, they're deeply cultural, affecting governance, social structure, and even warfare. Shia Islam holds a special veneration for Ali and his descendants, seeing them as the only legitimate successors of Muhammad. Sunni Islam, on the other hand, broader in its recognition of leadership, which has led to different historical power dynamics. As we push forward in our mission tree, aiming for those crucial early buffs in mission tree, we've strategically courted the ulema to boost their loyalty to a solid 60%. This not only secures our internal stability, but also primes us for broader territorial expansions. And speaking of expansions, we've given indebted to the Burqas privileges to our merchants and taken on 5 more loans to ensure we can financially support our ambitions. With 10 loans under our belt and an additional 4 cavalry units from the mission rewards, we're well prepared for the battles that lie ahead. Now, looking ahead, we're focusing on our capital. It's not just about upgrading it, it's about transforming it into a cultural beacon that rivals the historical grandeur of cities like Isfahan. Completing our first mission is just the beginning. As we strategize to appoint our Grand Vizier, remember, every decision we make weaves the fabric of our empire's legacy. We've successfully managed our finances to embrace the Renaissance, giving us a technological edge just as we prepare for a potentially explosive conflict. Yes, we're gearing up to rival Shirvan, pinpointing them as key opponents in the battles to come. As our armies mobilize, I'm taking a strategic swipe at our autonomy levels, boosting our income as we brace for the impacts of war. Speaking of conflicts, our sights are set on Khorasan. We need to strike swiftly before Transoxiana gets the same idea. This preemptive move isn't just about expansion. It's about securing our borders and maintaining a strategic upper hand. As we juggle warfare with statecraft, I'm also focusing on elevating our capital to a 25 development level. This allows us to launch the Center of Culture mission, enhancing our cultural footprint across the empire. Thanks to the ulama's privilege for advisors, I can now appoint a Grand Vizier. For those unfamiliar, the Grand Vizier in the Persian context was more than just a chief minister. They were often power brokers, influencing both the court and the state's affairs. Essentially, the architect behind the throne's decisions. Amidst the chaos of war, Our economic engine continues to churn. Yet, trouble brews in the north, prompting us to deploy troops to the mountains, protecting our allies, and staving off potential threats to our sovereignty. In our game, we've just given the ulema the privilege to appoint a Grand Vizier. Let's unpack why this role isn't just another advisor. Historically, Grand Viziers in Persia wielded immense power, orchestrating the empire's policies, military strategies, and international diplomacy. It's like being the conductor of a grand symphony, except the orchestra is an entire empire. Rashid al-Din Hamadani, a vizier under the Ilkhanate, who could give modern multitaskers a run for their money. Historian, physician, and a political savant, Rashid al-Din penned the Jami al-Tawarikh, an epic historical chronicle, all while keeping the empire ticking. Your Jami al-Tawarikh, or Compendium of Chronicles, is a monumental work of literature and history, crafted by the Persian scholar, historian, and vizier Rashid al-Din Hamadani during the early 14th century. Commissioned by the Ilkhanate ruler Ghazan Khan, this work is regarded as one of the most important and comprehensive historical works on the medieval world. The Jami al-Tawarikh is remarkable for its extensive scope. It attempts to cover the entire history of the world as it was known at the time, offering insights into many different cultures. This includes the histories of the Mongols, the Chinese, the Franks, Europeans, and the Indians, among others. It presents a panoramic view of the cultural, religious, and political landscapes of these diverse civilizations, serving as a bridge connecting the East and the West through historical narrative. Now back to our game. Aggressive expansion accumulates as you conquer territories, and the amount of AE generated varies depending on factors like religion, culture, and proximity of the lands you are annexing to other countries. For instance, taking lands that are of the same religion or culture as neighboring states can generate more AE, as those countries see it as a direct threat to their kin. In our current scenario with Shirvan, even though seizing more land is tempting, we must consider the diplomatic repercussions. Our modest acquisition, just 2 provinces, is calculated to keep our aggressive expansion penalty manageable. This cautious approach helps prevent the formation of a defensive coalition by neighboring states spooked by our rapid expansion. As we sign this peace treaty with Shirvan, securing just 2 provinces, we are not merely ending a war. We are setting the stage for sustainable growth. Remember, in Europa Universalis EU4, as in history, the mightiest empires are those that knew not only when to fight, but also when to make peace. So, as we continue to expand our reach across this digital canvas of history, let's keep our ambitions checked with a dose of strategic prudence. In our ongoing campaign within Europa Universalis EU4, we have reached a pivotal moment, the full annexation of Khorasan. Such a maneuver expands our borders significantly, yet it is not without its challenges, particularly in the form of noble rebels. Let's break down the strategy and its repercussions in the game. Full annexation is a bold and aggressive strategy, effectively wiping Khorasan off the map and integrating their lands directly into our empire. This move significantly boosts our resource base, providing access to new provinces that can contribute economically and militarily. However, annexation on this scale also brings considerable risks, primarily the surge in aggressive expansion, AE, penalty, which can alarm neighboring states and potentially form coalitions against us. In-game, this action doesn't just alter political boundaries. It shifts the cultural and religious landscape, often leading to unrest among the newly acquired populace who may still have loyalties to their former rulers. Hence, managing the aftermath is as crucial as the military operations that enable such conquests. In the King of Kings DLC for Europa Universalis IV, the Persian government mechanics have been notably enhanced, providing a deeper historical flavor and strategic gameplay options centered around Persian influence and culture. This DLC introduces specific government mechanics for Persia, like Persian influence, which leverages the historical impact of Persian art and culture to extend your influence over neighboring kingdoms. Selecting an artist for the Grand Vizier role in this context is strategically astute. Historically, the Persian court valued cultural advancements and artistic contributions, which not only enriched the societal fabric, but also acted as diplomatic tools, enhancing the state's prestige and soft power. By choosing an artist for this influential position, you can boost your nation's cultural output and influence, mirroring how historical Persian leaders might have utilized cultural prowess to strengthen their governance and international standing. This integration of cultural leaders into government roles aligns with the DLC's focus on historical authenticity and strategic depth, allowing you to recreate or alter historical narratives within the game, depending on your choice of government reforms and personnel. Post-annexation, one of the most immediate threats to stability are the noble rebels. These are not just any rebels. They are often former elites of the annexed state who are displeased with the new regime. Their rebellion is fueled by a mix of lost autonomy, cultural suppression, and potential religious differences. In EU4, such rebels can be particularly challenging as they are usually well organized and equipped, representing the remnants of the conquered state's military and bureaucracy. As we approach the climax of our strategic journey through the rich tapestry of Persian history in EU4, let's delve into a decision that encapsulates the essence of Persian culture: promoting the arts. This choice isn't just a gameplay mechanic. It's a reflection of Persia's historical legacy as a cradle of cultural richness and artistic excellence. Why promote the arts? In the grand scheme of our empire's development, choosing to promote the arts does more than just beautify our nation. Historically, Persia was renowned for its contributions to art, literature, and architecture. Think of the majestic palaces of Persepolis, or the poetic verses of Hafez that have echoed through the ages. By promoting the arts within our game, we're tapping into this historical vein, boosting our cultural prestige, and enhancing our diplomatic allure on the world stage. What does this decision do? Strategically, promoting the arts in EU4 increases our cultural prestige, which can lead to improved relations with our neighbors and increase our influence globally. It's not just about creating a flourishing cultural scene, it's about leveraging this cultural capital to forge stronger alliances and deter potential aggressors. The benefits extend into economic realms as well. Enhanced arts contribute to a bustling economy, driven by tourism and the patronage of the arts. Reflecting on history, the Persian Empire's emphasis on the arts was not merely for enjoyment, but was a critical component of their governance strategy. It unified diverse peoples under the Persian banner and showcased their power and sophistication to rival empires. In our gameplay, this historical strategy is simulated through the Promote the Arts decision, which enhances our national stability and loyalty, mirroring the historical cohesion it provided. In the intricate dance of empire management, promoting cultural diplomacy is akin to weaving a tapestry of alliances and influences. This mechanic allows us to leverage our rich cultural heritage to win hearts far beyond our borders. Historically, Persian culture was renowned for its sophistication and allure, influencing regions from the Mediterranean to Central Asia. In our campaign, by enhancing our cultural outreach, we strengthen our diplomatic ties, making it easier for us to negotiate, form alliances, and even pacify potential foes. Turning our gaze inward, the strategic annexation of our vassal Luristan represents a consolidation of our power within our core territories. This move not only simplifies our borders and streamlines administration, but also historically echoes the actions of Persian leaders who sought to unify and stabilize Persia under a central authority. The process of annexation in EU4 involves integrating Luristan's armies, resources, and territories into our domain, enhancing our overall strength and stability. As we navigate our mission tree, missions like consolidating Persia offer us a roadmap to internal stability and cohesion. This mission is crucial as it reflects our efforts to unify the diverse ethnic and cultural groups under a single national identity, mirroring the historical challenges faced by Persian rulers. On the more aggressive front, Butcher the Black Sheep represents our strategic military objectives against the Kara Koyunlu, historically known as the Black Sheep Turkomans. This mission is not just about conquest. It's about removing a significant regional threat, allowing us to expand safely and secure our borders. Successfully completing this mission could significantly alter the regional power dynamics, giving us a formidable edge over our rivals. As we wrap up today's grand strategic journey, we stand on the brink of an even greater endeavor. Next time, join us as we strive to establish ourselves as a new superpower in the region. Our ambition? To claim the remaining lands of the Timurids and solidify our dominance. The sands of time are shifting, and with wise leadership and daring strategies, we will carve out a legacy that history will remember. Don't miss our next episode, where history is not just written, but rewritten by our choices. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our conquests and challenges. Together, let's build an empire that will stand the test of time.